What is up? The Boston Celtics back in the win column, 108-89 against the Devil Magic Miami Heat. It does feel like the Devil Magic slowly running out. I mean, we haven't had to play against Jimmy Butler for a while, but that was a pretty uninspiring performance from the Miami Heat. But the Boston Celtics, I mean, you know what time it is. Peyton Pritchard is our overlord. PP perfection, most valuable Pritchard. PP the GOAT. PP locked in from the beginning. Pritchard has it right now. I mean, that's the story. Yeah, can't forget the Luke Kornet block party, which we'll get to as well. But yeah, the Celtics win. Obviously, no Al Horford, no Kristaps Porzingis, no Drew Holiday. You're missing 3 of your top 6 players. Anytime you can get a win when you're missing all those guys, like, you're going to take that on a back-to-back as well. Heat were on a back-to-back as well, so that evens out a little bit. But I think we'll just start with Peyton Pritchard, man. Like, I keep waiting for this to end. Not even end. I keep waiting for this to come down just a little bit. He is on such a heater right now. Coming into the game, he was shooting 43% from 3, so it's like, yes. Oh, hang on. Volume. I was just in the playback stream, and playback always puts the volume down, and I always forget to put it back up if I'm going solo. So thank you for pointing that out. Always point out any audio things in the chat. Thank you for that. John, should be good to go now. But yeah, man, Peyton Pritchard, 43% on the season. It's like he's having a crazy season overall, kind of relative to our expectations. But Peyton Pritchard shooting 43% from 3 on the season wouldn't be a number that is like unbelievable. He's always been an incredible shooter. He shot 41% from 3 in his first couple of seasons. This is obviously above that. And I've kind of been waiting for him to have one of these seasons shooting the ball, because I've been a believer in who he is as a shooter, specifically since his rookie season from Oregon coming out. Always had this type of range, always had this type of trigger. So last couple of seasons kind of down shooting the ball. So obviously he's shooting the ball at a crazy rate, but it's not just the fact that he's shooting catch and shoots and he's like a nice outlet. He is now creating his own 3-pointers, the step backs, the relocation shots, deep, and like the catch and shoots are deep for the playoffs. Deep from the logo, stuff like that. Rivens, our resident Peyton Pritchard, I guess, fan club president, really, owner. Like you and Noah Dalzell co-own the island of Peyton Pritchard. But Peyton Pritchard in the playoffs, they tried to play him, and he was not knocking down shots, and he still was targeted a little bit in the playoffs. Like, we're not going to rewrite what happened to Peyton Pritchard last year. He is playing at a level that we have not seen before, and we love to see it. But like, yeah, I think the Peyton Pritchard locking up 6th man of the year is incredible. But so no Ben, no Spoonie tonight. Like, programming check, no late night tonight. Just with like scheduling, we aren't available tonight. Tomorrow we'll stream playback for the NBA Cup. So make sure at playback.tv/Celtics blog if you want to watch the NBA Cup with a few Celtics fans tomorrow, while we keep an eye on whether or not the Celtics make it through the next round. And then Australian nighttime, so it'll be like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Eastern time. Me and Ben will be doing a live show tomorrow night. But yeah, so that's programming, and then we'll be back for a bunch of other stuff later in the week with the Pistons game and the Bucks Grizzlies games. Big fucking week of basketball, man. So it's good to get back in the win column. 17-4. It's much nicer when the Boston Celtics win. And to have a hospital Celtics cleanse the soul is always nice. And you always know that the hospital Celtics and the Stay Ready crew are going to play well. So Peyton Pritchard is having just an astronomical season. Like tonight, 25 points, 10 for 17, 5 for 12 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover. That is an absurd stat line. And that's, I think, 4 straight games where he's got 20 points or more. That's incredible, man. Like this is one of the best contracts in the NBA. He is turning into one of the best bench players in the NBA. He's been maybe the best bench player in the NBA. Like, the defense is impressive. He had that steal on Bam Adebayo, like the help defense. He's constantly, surprising defenders with how sturdy he is in the post. But like, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he will make a case for an all-star. I don't know, man. Like, is he going to fucking put up 22 a night on 66% true shooting? Then he's going to have a case as a fringe all-star. He's not going to fucking be an all-star. But if he continues to have 25 a night on this type of efficiency, then, and not just the scoring efficiency, the playmaking and the rebounding and the defense, like he's playing a complete game right now. Yeah, he was talking shit to Hero. He was cooking Hero, man, in the Spider-Man meme white boy off. Pritchard absolutely took the lunch money of Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero tonight, 6 for 19, 2 for 10 from 3, minus 17 on the night. I just don't know what else to say about Pritchard, dude. Like this is obviously very helpful for the team, but this is like a really big deal for the Celtics' ability to win games night in, night out as they try and defend a title, which is just really, really hard to do. And then you have another rotation player in the playoffs, and then you think about the future of this team that's going to come into, luxury tax problems, and you're going to have a roster crunch, and you start to maybe get queasy about losing someone like Jrue Holiday. It's like, sure, Peyton Pritchard's never going to be the level of defender that Jrue Holiday was, or get even close to that, but can Peyton Pritchard be what Jrue Holiday did offensively in the playoffs? Absolutely. If not, maybe be more effective as a scorer at this point of their career. I'm still not going to say that's who Jrue is right now, early in the season, but as it stands this season, with the minutes available and with the usage, and Peyton Pritchard is having like an insane offensive season and an insane season as a whole. So Peyton Pritchard, one of the best contracts in the NBA, front runner for 16th man of the year, and it's not even fucking close. Like, inspirational P, incredible. We'll move to Luke Kornet. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 blocks for Luke Kornet. And I looked this up today. There are 6 players before tonight in the NBA this season that had 6 blocks or more. So this list now includes Luke Kornet, Wembanyama, Jonathan Clingan. These ones are weird. Charles Bassey and Jay Huff also had 6 blocks. Chet Holmgren and Brook Lopez, and now Luke Kornet. Luke Kornet, man, just doing his job. And I thought he wasn't playing his best basketball early in the season. Missed a game or two with the hamstring. And since he's been back in the rotation, I've been really, really impressed with Kornet lately. I know the Wizards NBA Cup game, he was really good. Tonight, I thought he was excellent. And I thought that the defense overall was really incredible. And just everybody in the chat, just want to say shout out to all of you guys. When I'm doing these solo, I do struggle to see all of them and put them all on stage because I have ADHD and I cannot do the live chat, read the chat, and put them on screen and fucking keep my thoughts together. But I see you all. I appreciate you all. If you can like the stream, that's always appreciated. But really good to see you guys here. Always happy to see you all. But yeah, Luke Kornet, man, like this is what I expected coming into the season, and this is why I like what Brad Stevens has done with the roster. You've got the big man platoon. You can look at it one way. You've got 3 big men for a combined like $7 million on the 3 minimum contract with Kornet, Cater, and Tillman. But you have a night like tonight, no Horford, no Porzingis, and he was fantastic in the drop. Like, yes, his rotational anticipation, that's a great way of putting it. Like, anytime it felt like someone was beaten, he would step off, that the person that got beat would recover. And I think that was the story of the night. And defensively, the game against Cleveland last night, I thought they were fantastic. And tonight, I thought the defense was awesome. What I loved about the game were defensively, and Luke Kornet was a really big part of this, was like if anytime anyone got beat, someone was there to cover for them, and the person that got beat was flying out to rotate to where that help defender came from. And like that's all you can ask for on a night like tonight where maybe, you have a little bit of limited athleticism when it comes to Luke Kornet and Jordan Walsh and stuff like that, but everybody was covering for each other. It was very much a stay ready game where everybody was battling on the boards. Every shot that I think Miami helped us out tonight in that they missed a bunch of looks that were clean. But they also made everything really tough on them, I thought, for the most part. All of the looks were like contested floaters. You only 35 threes in the end for Miami's not like a pretty solid number, but you live with that. The fact that Miami ended up 35% from the field really, I think, speaks to how they played as a team defensively. So, and I think Luke Kornet was a huge part of that. So Luke Kornet, how many minutes did he play tonight? 27 minutes for Luke Kornet. And that's just encouraging as well because he's kind of been in and out with a hamstring here and stuff. So to see him play 27 minutes and really anchor the defense and then be solid offensively, just be in the right spots. He was 3 for 4. He did miss that one beautiful pass that Pritchard had, kind of like in the pick and roll, broke defenders down. Pritchard was like in the middle of his fadeaway and then, audibled to an alley-oop that Luke Kornet blew. But other than that, I really can't ask for Luke Kornet to do much more. That was, A+ performance from your third center. Shout out Bobby Manning. We'll move to the Jays. I'll just say this about Jayson Tatum. Very selfless of him tonight to cede the MVP to someone else this year. He just decided that's it for me in the MVP race because that was one of the worst games I've seen him play all year long. I think the Hawks game was the other one that comes to mind. But at least the Hawks were playing really good defense. I thought tonight he just did not have his head on straight. 6 turnovers, 7 for 21 was obviously bad. It wasn't quite that bad. It was because he had 4 shots at the end where he was just forcing it to try and get his percentages up. And I'm like, brother, just accept that this is not your night. Do not jack up 4 more shots. But he had an awful game. I don't think I need to do anything more than that. He's having an incredible season. He's been having the best season of his career and a major reason why the Celtics are 17-4 tonight. I thought he was awesome last night in the Cavs game, despite missing a couple of shots late. Incredible against the Bulls. Having an incredible season. Don't need to belabor it. Just disappointing from agenda purposes because this will impact his scoring efficiency and impact metrics a little bit. But other than that, it doesn't really matter. Jaylen Brown, man. Good to see him back out there, obviously, with the illness. And, man, I thought Jaylen Brown was 3 baskets away from having just the perfect evening. He ends the game 8 for 21, 4 for 11 from 3 is solid, 9 for 10 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 4 of them were offensive, 4 assists, a steal, and only 2 turnovers for Jaylen, which is a really nice turnover number for Jaylen. I mean, the turnover number for the team was at 14, which is higher than normal by 2, but if you take away Tatum's, then everybody else I thought played a pretty clean game. Jaylen Brown, I thought physically looked really good. He did twist his ankle at the beginning of the third quarter, which had me worried a little bit, but he bounced back and looked really good physically. Jaylen Brown coming into the season, I was like, what is going to be the thing that he improves? Because I got in trouble last season where I was like, this is his ceiling. Solid going to be an all-star most seasons, might sneak into an all-NBA team, and then last season he had the best season of his career, took a playmaking leap, took an efficiency step up as well, and I think cemented himself as a legit top 15 guy, and I think will push for all NBA again this year. And the thing that he's added this season, the playmaking's been pretty solid again, but the thing that he's added this season is the free throws, which we've talked about. 9 for 10 from the free throw line. I mean, you obviously like the fact that he's actually made 9, but I'm not even focusing on the fact that he made 90% of them tonight. The fact that he's getting to the free throw line 10 times, and he had a couple I thought that he could have gone to the line even more. He had that one drive baseline on Thomas Bryant where he completely cooked him baseline, and Thomas Bryant completely undercut him, and Jaylen finished it. It was a very clear as day foul, which he didn't get the and one on, so he should have had at least 11 free throws tonight. But the fact that Jaylen's added like this level of free throw rate to his game is just a huge boost to his overall efficiency and a boost to the team's overall efficiency as well. Because it never really made sense to me that he didn't get to the line as much because he was so physical. But he's either being rewarded a lot more this year, or the added physicality, the game slowing down just a little bit more. He is posting up more, which I really like, and he had some really nice possessions that he used every bit of the rim on a couple of possessions down low with Tyler Hero on him and Highsmith on him, which he always makes. He's been really efficient in the post this year, but he just missed him, which is why I said he ended up 8 for 21, but he had 2, 3, or 4 looks at the rim that he just usually makes that I think that he would have ended this game 10 for 21. And he ends up with a 33-point night, but you can't be mad with 29.7 rebounds, 4 assists. That's beautiful. And then I guess the fringe guys. I mean, Derek White was so good to see him back, dude. He's just a straight up heat killer. Dude, this is 19 points again for Derek White. He has now played, I think, in 21 games. I think that's the 5th time he's had exactly 19 points. He's uncanny 19 points on 7 for 14, 5 for 12, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. He's a heat killer. So good to see the heat killer back in the lineup. The way that he triggers off these switches when the defense is passing him off to the new defender, he's just fucking money, dude. So impressive. But yeah, Derek White. I mean, it just feels like a normal Derek White game at this point. Obviously, he was very efficient, but 50% from the field, 41% from 3. It's just ho-hum. Derek White, 19, 6, and 8. Not really that surprising. Just an incredible player at this point. Jordan Walsh, Drew Peterson, though, and Baylor Scheinman all played real minutes tonight. Drew Peterson, back-to-back nights of 25-plus minutes. And I thought he was solid tonight. I'm not seeing incredible. I think defensively he struggles a little bit, but I thought he battles, which is all you can really ask for. And then he rebounds. If you're going to battle defensively, force them into a couple of more difficult shots, and then you're going to rebound, you're not going to compromise the infrastructure of the Celtics defense. And that's all you can really ask for of someone like Drew Peterson. So I thought that was totally fine. And then offensively, he was 2 for 5 from 3 last night. He was 2 for 5 from 3 tonight. If you're going to shoot 40% from 3 and be aggressive on your threes as well, he's got a quick trigger. Yeah, Drew, look, man, he's got to bulk up. And if you haven't heard the nickname that we've come up with, the very long foot, the very long neck, kind of making him look taller than he is. And if you haven't seen The Land Before Time, the dinosaur cartoon from the 90s, that's going to be a reference that's lost on you. But Littlefoot, the Brontosaurus, is that what the long neck animals are called? I know Rivens in the playback chat was reminding me. He reminds us of a Brontosaurus. And so Drew Peterson will forever be known as Littlefoot. I don't know if he's going to be able to gain weight, bro. He's already 25. I don't know how much extra weight training. He just might be one of those guys that can't add weight easily. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to gain a ton of weight, but if he can, he definitely should. But he looks totally fine, makes the right decisions, battles, and knocks down threes. For a dude that's on a 2-way, and a guy that we hope it develops into the next end of bench guy that develops into the next Hauser, which I think is an incredibly high bar for anyone like that to reach. But can you just come in and be Svi Mykhailiuk from last year? That would be great with maybe some better defense. But I've kind of liked him. Jordan Walsh, I mean, I would say maybe a little bit disappointing just because he didn't really do anything. I wouldn't say he was necessarily bad. The defense didn't pop today, but and he got caught a couple of times. You want to see the defense pop a little bit more, like it did in the end of the Clippers game and some other moments this year. But I'm still not selling any of my Jordan Walsh stock, but I wouldn't say this was a like a big boost, like in a stock up. My stock probably went down after this Jordan Walsh game. But if you own Drew Peterson stock, it's probably like buying Dogecoin in 2020. It's very cheap right now. I'd recommend buying it. Not Dogecoin, Drew Peterson. And then Cater I thought was solid. Pretty solid minutes from Cater. Nothing incredible. Some loud plays at the rim, which are really good. And then Baylor looked the most comfortable to me he's looked so far. He had a really nice pass to Jaylen in the corner. Like, no look, whipped it, and Jaylen knocked it down for that assist. But he just can't make any shots right now. I'm not really worried about him being able to put the ball in the basket eventually. He just has such a long track record of being able to do that. But yeah, man, other than that, don't have too much else on this one. Nice clinical win. Always nice to beat the shit out of the Heat. It's been, I think, at least they've got like one win in the last kind of couple of seasons against us. But I think they just saw enough of Cater. Like, I think they were like, yep, let's put in the Luke Kornet, who is the solid, safe option. Who's going to just do the right things, and Cater still needs a bit more time. They let Cater go for a while there, and I'm glad that Cater's just like able to play a little less minutes, because I feel like he can play a little more settled in that role. But thank you all for being here. That'll kind of do it for me. Go check out the Garden Report, who I know is live right now. But we'll be back tomorrow for the playback stream, the NBA Cup, and then tomorrow night Australian time for a podcast with me and Ben Vallis, and then we'll be back for late night and stuff for the Pistons game. But yeah, everybody, good to see you. Celtics 17-4. I like it more when the Celtics win. I'll be honest. I don't like it when the Celtics lose. I didn't enjoy the last 24 hours, but Celtics win 17-4. Back-to-back titles on the way. Until next time, go Celtics.